Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today in this edition of LTN. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're taking care of yourself wherever and however you may be listening or watching this show, and whatever you may be doing to protect yourself from getting infected. Yeah, the intro to the show changed a little bit since the inception of this. I guess we're calling it a pandemic these days. So today, here we are now in the middle of August, and back to school is in play. Sports is supposed to be in play, and on the line, I was looking at some stories related to college football, and I guess some division or leagues or whatever they call them, are going to not play, and one is Pac-12, I think, is going to play. So I don't know. This is all very interesting. We'll see how. I know people love their sports, and that's a good thing, right? Need to have these things in our life, and it's tough stuff right now. So, but most importantly is the welfare of the students and the student athletes that are going back to the university or the college of their choice. And we'll have to see, as I mentioned yesterday, that some are predicting a surge when that happens. Wait, it's, won't be long. And it's tough. It truly is.
Hey Doc, I got a question.
And yeah,
Do you think sports, since we're talking about it now, the primary sports that have really started back are like they have smaller rosters. Like basketball, you can only have 10 people on the court at one time. Hockey, 5 on
mm,
5. But for sports like football, where they have like a 53-man roster normally, don't you think that's just too like the size of the rosters alone? Just say times however many teams there are in college football specifically, don't you think that's just too much risk? Kind of.
well, it's a good question. You take a look at what's happened to baseball. You see what's happened, right?
Yeah.
You got some teams having to suspend games, players getting infected. Some players who are multi-million dollar, they're all multi-million dollar players. Um, which reminds me of a story I need to tell you. Um, the um, the teams in baseball are having their hands full trying to keep the games going. So there's the answer to your question. The answer is yes, they're at risk. And by the way, people thinking, well, they're athletes and they're tough. It turns out that um, there's a phenomenon, there's a condition called myocarditis. It's an inflammation in the heart muscle, and athletes can be susceptible to that. And that really creates another problem for them. And one should never think that because these are robust young women and men playing sports in college, that somehow they're going to punch out, if you will, that virus. No, that doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Um, you can even have a robust immune system. You walk into a room, no mask, and you start engaging people face to face conversations, Reggie, with people interacting, and there are people in the room that are infected, most likely you're going to get infected. I don't care if you have the immune system from the moon or wherever it was created. It doesn't make any difference. your odds of you getting infected, you touch your face, whatever, some droplets get into your mouth, your nose, or some your eyes, whatever, you're going to get infected. So this people just don't. Some people just don't understand that how these viruses work. This is kind of interesting that the nation is getting an education on viruses. I'm trying to think of the quote. There's a famous quote about viruses, and the message of the quote is, um, that in essence, the greatest threat to humankind are viruses, and that eventually, some believe eventually, these microbes are going to figure out how to just wipe out different species, hosts. I mean, that sounds so far fetched, doesn't it? I'll see if I can find that quote. It makes you take pause. If you talk, my daughter's a virologist. Sit down and talk to a virologist about virus. Spend, you know, just the time to drink a cup of coffee and talk to a virologist. And boy, I'll tell you, you'll walk away thinking, hmm, hmm, maybe we're more vulnerable than we think. Understand these microbes, pathogenic and non pathogenic, bacteria, the viruses, the whole lineup, they've been on the planet for millions and millions of years. And humans, being what we are, think that if it doesn't have a brain, somehow it's less than we are, and we reign supreme. No, that, we've proven that hypothesis wrong, and that's why we're vulnerable. The disrespect that people are showing this virus is, I highly respect it. Darn right I do. I'm not a fool. I do this all day long, and I know what's going on, and I try to convey this. And somebody said something to me yesterday that I would thought was just so inappropriate about all this. I won't even mention it on air. People just don't get it. They don't get it. That's why it is so we in the future, when people look back on this period, they're going to say, what was wrong with those individuals? How could they make this into a political issue? How could they ignore the veracity of of this virus and all viruses? I'm telling you, just have a conversation with a virologist. It'll change your view. You get a real quick sobering read Michael Osterholm. Read his book and other books that are out there. There have been books written that were written 10 years ago. I can go back and track them where these scientists were predicting this kind of event. And I'm telling you, this will not be the last one. And this all started in a fish market in Wuhan, China, with animals being infected. Dr. Ingram was on the show the other day. He was talking about pig farms in China. People must have thought he was crazy. They, a lot of these viruses are bred in those farms. And you have bats and you have snakes. They're carrying these viruses. It's you just can't make it up. The message is don't mess with this. Respect it. Right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. It's me, your immune system. I'm always hard at work defending you against the many disease-causing viruses and bacteria that you are exposed to every day. But sometimes I need help to defeat the bad bugs. Luckily, our friends at Kyolic have come to the rescue. Kyolic has 2 super immune-enhancing supplements, Kyolic Immune Formula 103 and Kyo Green Harvest Blend Immune Defense. Kyo Green Harvest Blend is a power-packed blend of organic and naturally sourced grasses, ancient grains, fruits, veggies, herbal extracts, and spirulina in a fast-dissolving drink mix for a quick and easy way to support immunity. Kyolic Immune Formula 103 combines immune-boosting nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only 2 ways a body burns fat: through increased heart rate and our increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 100% of 7 essential vitamins. Proven in 6 published university studies. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGCS, ginger, and guarana seed, turns on thermogenesis, a process that boosts your body's metabolic rate. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities is proven to energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat and calories. Invest in yourself. Drink Celsius. Look for us at www.celsius.com.
Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2020. Here's how you can make contact with the show so we can connect.
You can give us a call at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. You can also visit our website, letstalknutrition.com, and listen to all of our past shows. They are there, sorted by date and title. And you can also email Dr. Garko personally. His email is drgarko at letstalknutrition.com.
Reggie, to your question about football resuming this season, and your observation that these are big rosters, a lot of people on the team. That's a very good question, and let me tell you why. The There's a condition called myocarditis. Myocarditis. You hear the itis at the end? That's the key. That's what? Inflammation. Myocarditis, right? Card. That's for the heart. Carditis, inflammation of the heart muscle. And this condition, potential causes include, guess what? Viruses. Many viruses are commonly associated with myocarditis, including the viruses that cause the common cold, the adenovirus, COVID-19. Oh, there you go. Hepatitis B and C, parvovirus, which causes a mild rash, usually in children, and herpes simplex virus. All of these different, you see how these viruses are, right? They can cause the heart muscle to become inflamed. Mm. And when the heart muscle becomes inflamed, you have an infection. Then you get, you know, um, the heart becomes dysfunctional. And turns out that uh, athletes are susceptible to myocarditis, called myocarditis cardiomyopathy. That's a mouthful. I'll come back to that. And I went to ESPN, Reg, and I found a story there about this very topic. So I'm giving attribution to this ESPN article. And the headline on the article reads, "Heart condition linked with COVID-19 fuels Power 5 concern about season's viability." Um, a rare, and the article goes on, now I'll paraphrase, was by Paula Lavinier and Mark Schalabach. Paula Lavinier, a nice name. It's a rare heart condition, myocarditis, cardiomyopathy, and is linked with the coronavirus. And what it's doing is, they said in the article, it's fueling concern among the Power 5 conference administrators about the viability of college sports this fall. As I said, myocarditis is an inflammation of the heart muscle, and it has been now reported that at least 5 Big Ten conference athletes, among several other athletes in the conferences, according to 2 sources of the ESPN's reporting, not have knowledge of these athletes are under medical care for boy, having a mouthful to say, cardiomyocarditis, cardiomyopathy, and the condition is usually caused by a viral infection. And as I said, common cold, H1N1 influenza, even mononucleosis. If left undiagnosed and untreated, it will cause heart damage that can be lasting. Oh, and by the way, it can cause sudden cardiac arrest, which is what? Fatal. Now, it's a rare condition, no doubt, but this COVID-19 virus has been linked with myocarditis with higher frequency than other viruses. And this is based on a few studies, not a bunch, but a few, and some anecdotal evidence since the inception of the pandemic in this country. So this notion that if you have big muscles and you're fit and you're an athlete and you can run the 100-yard dash in whatever time and you can pass or punt, kick, whatever, shoot a ball, basket. No, man. It has nothing to do with anything. These viruses evolved to survive. We initially thought, and it still is true, that the coronavirus, this COVID-19 version, was a respiratory illness. It is, but it is also a cardiovascular condition, has a cardiovascular condition component to it. And they're thinking other systems too, neurological perhaps. So, to your point, Reginald, yes. Do I think they should be concerned, these teams with a lot of people on them? Yes, I do. Last thing you need is some of these student athletes. Remember, they're students still, no matter what football conference they're playing in college. Last thing we knew is that one of them to have cardiac arrest due to cardiomyocarditis. Crazy. That's what we're dealing with here. And yet we still have people walking around protesting wearing a mask. Okay. You can educate, but you can't force people to learn either. You can't. Either you're a candidate to learn or you're just not remedial and you'll flunk the course. We'll be back.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The Heart Drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. Available online at powermall.com and straussnaturals.com. I promise you won't be sorry.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Z.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. Katie, on that other show that you work, are they talking about sports and this fall, professional sports, college sports? Does that come up on your show?
Yeah, we talk about it, not very heavily, but one of the co-hosts on the show also does sports talk radio, so we talk about it. Yeah, we had a guest on yesterday to talk about it, actually.
What are they? What's the general take? What do you sense from those conversations?
I have a feeling college football, at least, will probably not happen this year, but again, it's not guaranteed. The general consensus really is just that they would rather be safe than sorry. At least that's what the bigger reporters are saying, that the owners of the teams are probably just going to err on the side of caution, but still a little bit hopeful, so we'll see.
Mhm.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
I'm not a big sports fan, so it doesn't really impact me much, but I mean, the community's actually really upset, so I don't know. I get it, though.
I wouldn't
Well,
be
it's
upset with.
interesting.
Oh,
What's that, Reg?
I was gonna say I wouldn't be upset without. If professional football plays, I think we'll be all right. But I think college football to me is a little bit too risky. And I mean the roster sizes for college. I don't think there are roster restraints for college teams. I think if you make the team, you make the team, but the roster can be almost as big as it wants.
Yeah.
And I think that
Well,
with returning to school right now, with them not knowing the guidelines, it's hard to form like a college football team because we don't know what the beginning of college is going to hold. So they're trying not to make special exceptions for sports teams because then what about the other teams? So
Right.
I get what they're doing. We live in such an unknown right now that they're just trying to be safe than sorry. They don't want to last minute have to throw together a team if they decide to go back to school and then not perform well. So I think just the unknown is kind of making it to where they'd rather just, hold off for this year. And I get that. It stinks being a sports fan. I also get that, but I understand why it may not happen this year.
Well, I think professional football, the players are just as much at risk. Those
Absolutely.
are those are pretty big squads too. It's the close contact and being being in the locker room. You know, and in professional baseball, there are no fans in the stands. They're playing to empty stands, and they still get infected. They're infecting one another, and so that's the point. Um, I, I guess the sense of my sense of frustration is it doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. I mean, if we would have been more disciplined from the get go, if we would have been on top of it sooner, if we would have been doing more testing and contact tracing, all the other things that these other countries were doing, we just assume because it's America and we have a great medical system, probably one of the best in the world, if not the best, that somehow we were going to be able to muscle our way through this with minimal effort and sacrifice. Doesn't work that way. I'll say it again. It just doesn't work that way. And you don't have any, I mean, all of us, myself included, I would love to be able to get in my car and I never thought I would welcome a morning drive in with all that traffic. I'll take that any day of the week than being cooped up in here for 6 months. I mean, I'm like everybody else. I have, my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's my prediction is we're going to have to probably nobody's going to like this message. Uh, um, we're going to have to go back to something. Something's got to change. We can't do it. It's not working. What we're doing is not working, and so we're going to have to revert to some early. I mean, we're going to probably have to, in some places, really lock down, shut it down again. That's what I'm thinking. People don't want to do it. Okay, if as a nation we decide we're going to let 50, 60 to 70% of the population get infected, and I don't know how many deaths there will be, and I don't know, think about that. Do the math. We got 300 million and some change in this country population. Do 60% of that. Do 60% of that. That's how many, in fact, 50 to 6. Dr. Olsterholm says somewhere between 50 to maybe 70%, somewhere in that range, even 50%. So you build up immunity, have herd immunity. 100 and, yeah, 300 million people, half of that is, 150 million people are going to have to be infected if you don't have a vaccine. And I don't know how many people will die from all of that. If we're willing to do that as a country, okay, but let's not be naive. We're talking those are statistics. But those statistics reflect real people and families, loved ones. I mean, we're not keeping track of some score of a game. These are people's lives, man. I'm just saying. So, the U.S. government struck a deal with Moderna for 100 million doses of its candidate COVID-19 vaccine. We'll have to see what goes on with that. Moderna is a uh, company that is in the business of creating these vaccines and pharmaceutical company. We'll see. Yesterday, as you probably saw in the news, Russia now announced its own vaccine. Many experts are viewing this with very um, keen skepticism. The United Kingdom crashed into the deepest recession, it's being reported, of any major global economy. Oh, after posting its worst quarterly slump on record in the second quarter. And the United States is by far the the worst affected country by the pandemic with more than 5.1 million cases and 164,000 deaths. This is according to Johns Hopkins University. 877-897-8255. Russians have come out with their, yeah, I can imagine. I can just imagine how they went through their clinical trials. That vaccine is an unproven vaccine. And it can be it's going to be made available to other countries by November. You have to be cracked in the head to take, I wouldn't do it. They can keep their vaccine until they show me the data. We'll be back.
Are you concerned with the change of seasons? Are you looking for a product to support a healthy immune system? Then you must be looking for Oreganol P73, made by North American Herb & Spice, who are a leader in the manufacturing of natural dietary supplements. Oreganol P73 is not your normal oregano. No, Oreganol P73 is made from oregano that grows wild at 10,000 feet above sea level in the mountains of the Mediterranean. That's why it's such a powerful support for your immune system. Try Oreganol P73 today and discover what millions already know during this winter season. To learn more about Oreganol P73, visit your local health food store or our website, oreganol.com. That's oregano.l.com. Act now and feel better today with Oreganol P73.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
What is
This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Celsius, live fit. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. I devoted this first hour now to the COVID-19. I typically don't do that. I do the opening segment. I may say a few things, but we're at a very interesting moment and crossroads here, and I know it gets worrisome and tiresome to hear all the reporting on it. It just doesn't stop. I know, because the virus hasn't stopped. And that's just the way it is. And I think this is an inflection point here. This is a critical moment. And people are going to need to decide, what do we want to do? I don't know. I know what I want to do. And I know, what I think. I have my beliefs about what the country needs to do, but I'm a sample of one. And as a nation, we're going to have to figure this out. And the last thing people want to do is go back to where we went into that lockdown mode, which initially I described like being in a witness protection program. And then as time has gone on, now I feel like, I'm on house arrest. Can't even leave. That's what it feels like. Getting worse, right? So I'm trying to figure it out myself. And I received a couple of text messages this morning. Interestingly, they don't even know that each one of them was sending me messages, these people, about the mental health of the country. These are experts. I don't have permission to use their name. One of whom you know, but again, I don't have permission to use that person's name. And both of them talking about the mental health, that there's going to be some a mental health epidemic. I think it's in play right now. So many people are fraught with it and just overcome with anxiety and concern. I caught myself. I had to go to the grocery store yesterday. And I haven't been to the grocery store in, what was it, 10 or 12 days, something like that. And I was using everything, trying to avoid. I couldn't even make a salad. I wanted a salad. You have no idea. And I was, but I'm concerned about going. And I went anyway. And there was not one person in the store that didn't have a mask on. Finally. But I was concerned about going in there. So it's affecting me too. And how long, and some people feel very vulnerable. And everybody handles it differently. So these two people that were texting me this morning, first thing in the morning, about mental health crisis with this coronavirus crisis, and it's true. So the downstream effect of all this is really manifold, and I worry about the youngsters. They're resilient. they will, they're growing up in a very strange moment, some of these young children, and they will forever remember it. They will tell stories about this. Maybe some of them will be sad, how I lost my grandpa or my grandma or my mother or my father or my brother or my sister or a close friend. These will become part of their life narrative. Hell, I had cancer. I'll be damned if I'm going to let this virus take me out. That's how I think. That's a very personal thought. I didn't think I would share that with you. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, that's an
That's what I'm
understandable
thinking.
thought. Funny because like
What's that?
when I was in high school and learning about history and learning about all these outbreaks and pandemics, I used to think even like in college, I used to think, thank God medicine is so advanced now. We're never gonna have to go through something like this again. Like I'm glad this is in the history book and we've advanced medicine. And it's just I never in a million years thought I would be living through this.
See? And you're not, and that's why I like having you there and Reggie there. You don't walk into this job with a bunch of degrees and I'm an expert in this and that. You're expert at what you do. And you give me your unvarnished, it's people such as yourself that get interviewed or surveyed and express their opinion. And I listen to what you say. And what you're saying, Katie, is there's probably tens of thousands, if not millions of people thinking just like you are and feeling just like you are right now. You never
Yeah.
thought you would have to go through this.
Nope,
You're a
never.
young woman, man.
Crazy.
What if what if you had a couple of kids right now?
I can't imagine.
What you would be at your wits' end.
I know. I am. Shout out to you, Reggie, for being a father of young kids. Because have said this every day during this pandemic. I am so glad I am not a parent and don't have to make these decisions.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard. Go ahead, Reg. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you.
oh no, you're good. I was gonna say like in my case, I'm lucky enough to where like me and their mother are able to work together and like kind of come to common grounds on things that what we want to do with them and what we won't do with them. The school thing is still kind of up in the air right now because I don't know. We don't want to have to make her stay home from her job. So I think what we're going to end up doing more than likely is actually go through with this plan of having both of my daughters come here and do virtual school that would be in Colorado, technically from Tampa.
There you go.
Mhm. It's just crazy that people are having to make this decision right now, and
Yeah.
it's just not a world that I thought I would live in, and it's not a world I'm sure all of these parents, Reggie included, thought he was going to have to raise their children in. I just personally thought that we had advanced medicine far enough in 2019, 2020 that this wouldn't happen again. I just thought it was something that was going to stay in the history book. I remember a kid in high
the
school got
irony is?
meningitis, and it was huge news, and I was like, meningitis, what is that? And I remember that was just crazy to me. So to be here in the middle of this pandemic is just, it's surreal to me. It's crazy.
Well, what's ironic, you know, many people think just the way you do too about, well, we have this medical system that's supposed to be the best in the world, and the virus has outplayed us.
Yeah.
And it has outplayed us not because the medical system has failed, but because as individuals, people have not done the right thing.
Yeah.
Just wearing a mask, wearing a darn mask, just keeping some physical distance. I know that people thought, how could that make the difference? It makes all the difference. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your feelings, Katie and Reggie. Appreciate that. We come back, we'll go into the second hour, and we'll shift gears. We'll be back.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The heart drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. Available online at powermall.com and straussnaturals.com. I promise you won't be sorry.
This is Dr. Michael Garko from Let's Talk Nutrition. Tired of not having enough energy to exercise and be physically active? Well, OptiNos from Earth's creation can help recharge your body, energy it needs to live a physically active lifestyle. OptiNos does 3 things to help energize. First, it increases nitric oxide, which means more oxygen and nutrients flowing to your cells. Second, OptiNos helps create ATP, the body's energy. Third, OptiNos reduces lactic acid buildup, which causes exercise-associated muscle soreness. So turn on your body's energy switch, OptiNos. Start living a physically active lifestyle. Get OptiNos at ecsportsusa.com. That's ecsportsusa.com. For a limited time, use promo code EC and get $10 off your first order. Promo code EC. The sooner you use OptiNos, the sooner you will feel better about yourself and your body. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2020. Thank you for tuning in. I, I guess it's the COVID-19 epidemic, pandemic uh, edition of the show. Well, it is, you know, we'll just keep going. And we got a lot going on today. Yesterday we had really a good show with Earth's Creation and Dr. Anthony Montanaro, and we were talking about their Curculife and really their family of products that have the Curculife curcumin in it. And Katie wants to share something with you, and then we'll talk some more about this.
Yeah, so yesterday we gave out the website when Dr. Montanari was on, and it was inflammationusa.com. And I know a few of our listeners had an issue getting to that website. Apparently, it was going in and out yesterday intermittently, so it was working for some and not working for others. So if you happened to go to the website yesterday and it wasn't working, just try again today. Apparently, the website issues are fixed, but it is inflammationusa.com. Again, if it didn't work yesterday, wasn't just you. A couple people were having issues, but it should be fixed now. So just try again. Order the Curculife. They also have buy one, get one half off right now with the code BOGO at checkout. So keep that in mind just when you get to the website. Your second order's half off. So that's pretty good.
Aren't good. There are a lot of products there on inflammationusa.com, and you can any product. The special applies to any product. Nothing's off limits. And there's products on there we didn't even talk about yesterday. We talked about their bone health with Curculife, Curculife curcumin with Boswellia. Talked about that. We talked about the Curculife. I think we mentioned the liver formula, the vision formula. They even have a few others there, several others. Any product that's on that website, you buy one, you get the second one 50% off. And let me share a few thoughts with you about all that. So if there were ever a time to take charge of your health, now's the time, given the U.S. coronavirus epidemic. Earth's Creation scientifically tested Curculife curcumin and its family of products can help you do just that. The key is inflammation management. If you have an inflammation-generating condition, such as obesity, heart disease, or diabetes, among most other diseases, you are at a greater risk to be infected by the coronavirus, with some suffering long-term consequences. Earth's Creation Curculife curcumin supplement is a patented turmeric formulation with extensive clinical trials. It has a 48-fold higher absorption than standard forms of curcumin and 10 times better absorption than the leading market brand. This means more curcumin will get into your cells to fight inflammation, a hallmark of the super spreader coronavirus. Curculife plus curcumin is also an Earth's Creation immune, bone, joint, liver, and vision supplements, making them even more effective. Go to inflammationusa.com. Protect yourself against the coronavirus. For a limited time, buy any product at inflammationusa.com and get the second bottle at 50% off. Act now. Go to inflammationusa.com and fight against the coronavirus. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Their curcumin product, or curcumin, I guess it depends on where you're from, how you say it. It makes no difference how you say it. When it gets into the cells, the mechanism of action is the same. It is. We hope that you give it a try, because you will see that it's really gonna work for you, and you'll do well. And I am hoping that you do give it a try. It'll serve you well. If it didn't, I wouldn't waste your time, and I don't want you to waste your money. You work hard for the money, and I want to, when I come on air and talk about these things, I have a name and a reputation and a brand to take care of too, right? And you don't last this long in this business. I've been in here now 15 years. If you don't tell the truth as you know it, you don't care about people, and you're not honest, and people will sniff that stuff out in a minute. And so I'm very careful about what I say and what I promote and what I endorse. You have to remember, I'm caught. If I could come on here and not one commercial, have no sponsor, and all that would be just fine and dandy. But that's not the way. That's not the reality in the world I live in. This is a business, and and quite frankly, I don't even own the show. Many people think I own the show. I don't own it. I'm just a producer and a host. That's it. And so I have people that I have to report to and I'm accountable to. Everybody has a boss, right? So I have to find that fine line where I maintain my integrity as a nutritionist, as a researcher, and as a journalist, and at the same time try to make you aware of these products, not sounding like I'm selling you a used car. I just don't like that. If I did that, I wouldn't like myself, and you wouldn't like me either. And people say, I don't care if people like me. Well, I do, quite frankly. I do care. So that's the world I live in. When I promote these things, I I put my name on the line. So when I tell you that it works, it works. And everything I just said in that was a live read of a commercial that I wrote. Everything that's in that in that commercial is based on research. There's studies to support every assertion and every word in that commercial. And that's how I roll. It's harder to live that way and work that way because I just can't come on here and pop off opinions all day long. But you know what? It's better this way. We've done okay at doing it this way. We've done okay, and we can do better. So that's where I'm at with all it. Does that make sense to you, Katie? You've been in radio a while.
Yeah, no, it does. Absolutely.
I mean, you work on shows where all they do is they walk on there and they just pop off opinions.
Yeah. No. Evidence-based is always nice because you will get called out if you're just inserting your opinions as if they're fact. You will get called out and someone will fact check you. There are people just sitting home waiting to fact check you. So if you're going to say something, you might as well have the facts to support it. And you always do when you say something.
Yeah, you get a chance to work these different shows, and you get to see the whole gambit. Um, we have a good audience. People call. You notice how respectful and they're nice people too. On top of it, right?
Oh, yeah. Always. Well,
Once
not
in a
always.
while, once in a while, somebody will call, and Katie, has to bear the brunt of some, I don't know, not very nice things.
There's even times when you'll give facts to something and they call and give their opinion. And as much as I respect their opinion, we're still giving facts usually. So I understand you may not always agree with the fact, but 99% of the time, they're actually facts. We usually fact check what we say here, evidence-based.
Yeah, we do. And it's been that way since, been that way for a long time. 15 years is a long time. Like I said, it works. So inflammationusa.com. Buy one, get the second product, whatever it is, 50% off. Can't go wrong. Come back, we'll talk about a little bit of CBD.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
Nutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. One of the lifestyle dimensions of people's lives that are affected by this, affected by maybe getting infected, there you go, is the loss of sleep and the elevated anxiety levels. This is a concern And there's a number of studies out now, brand new. I'm looking at one 2019, just a couple of months ago, a few months ago, talking about cannabidiol and anxiety and sleep, a large case series by Shannon et al. And published in the Permamente journal. And cannabidiol, it turns out, is one of many cannabinoid compounds that are found in cannabis. It does not appear to alter consciousness or, as we know, like marijuana does, trigger a high. So there's been a recent surge in the research and has found that preclinical and clinical evidence documenting now, this is not just somebody's opinion, the value for CBD in some neuropsychiatric disorders, including anxiety, including epilepsy, including schizophrenia. But for most people right now, what I'm focusing on is anxiety. The evidence is pointed toward a calming effect now that CBD has on the central nervous system. And what I'm doing here with you is I'm reporting from within the context of science here. I'm not just coming on here and telling you an opinion. I'm sharing with you the evidence. So the interest here in CBD as a treatment of a wide range of disorders has really, quite frankly, exponentially exploded. But there needs to be more clinical trials, frankly, on CDB within the context of the psycho-emotional, neurological uh, dimension of people's lives. And when you get into that world, now you're starting to talk about, people's reaction to a threat. Virus is a threat. This coronavirus is a threat. The COVID-19 is a threat. And people get anxious. They can become depressed even. So that's why now we're seeing a spawning of all these different studies. And this one study that I'm looking at, they concluded, and I'll quote from the study, quote, cannabidiol may hold benefit for anxiety-related disorders. Controlled clinical studies are needed, and close quote. There have been some, we need more. But now we're starting to accumulate the evidence. And when this all started several years ago, people were just talking from an opinion-based standpoint. Now we can present the evidence and make an argument which can be more assuring and reassuring to the consumer and the person who's taking the CBD. Listen, let me be candid. The natural products industry is a wonderful industry. It is a booming industry. It is a multi-billion dollar industry. And you know how it is. Whenever that kind of money is involved, what do you expect? You know what's going to happen? There's always going to be somebody who's going to try to exploit it and exploit people. And that has happened with CBD. There's some products on the market that are just nothing but junk. They are junk supplements. CV Sciences, among the best of the best. When we come back, I guess we're headed out of this segment. Is that right, Katie? Or no?
You're not coming out of it yet.
Okay, thank you. You can give me on-air cues because if I have that computer on another page, I can't see. I'm flying blind then. So
Got
my
2 minutes
point
left.
is, okay. My point is, what I'll share with you today is based in science. I'm a fan. CV Sciences, you can't go wrong. It just gives you one less thing to worry about. You can walk into a health store, say, I want the CV Sciences, the red label, the green label, the gold label. And right now, for our purposes, what we want to do here is create a better sleep effect and a better response to the threat of the virus, so we're not so anxious or even become depressed. And that's where the gold label formulation comes into play. And that's what I would recommend. CV Sciences, they've been on the tip of the spear from the very beginning and have really led the way with Stuart Tomp and all those people at that company. They have some really top-notch people working there, some of whom I know. I don't know everybody.
1 minute.
But I do know quite a few, Stuart in particular. A serious company with a serious mission. So we come back. Talk some more. I had trouble with my throat. We'll talk some more. And we'll get into this. And you can call 877 897 8255. Listen to the music.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in to LTN 2020. And getting enough sleep and rest. It's a big variable, has a big impact on health and wellness and well-being. And some people think somehow you can just rob Peter to pay Paul when it comes to sleep, and you can't do it. Sooner or later, it catches up to you, and you get yourself into a lot of trouble. And with this COVID-19 pandemic and the coronavirus crisis, people, believe it or not now, there's a lot of people whose sleep cycle has been disrupted. And we now know that cannabidiol can, in fact, create a better sleep cycle where your sleep and rest are really improved. And cannabidiol, as you now know, is one of the main components of Cannabis sativa, that plant, that species of plant. And cannabidiol, we now have established scientifically, has a wide spectrum of action, including its positive effects on the sleep-wake cycle, which I'll talk about a little bit. And there's several studies I can share with you. One was a laboratory study, in vivo study, and what they found was that the total percentage of sleep significantly increased in the experimental group that received the cannabidiol. REM sleep latency increased in the group. Sleep latency is the amount of time it takes for a person to fall asleep once they turn out the lights. That's what sleep latency is. REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, is a phase in the sleep-wake cycle that I'll explain in a little bit. But that REM sleep latency increased. The amount of time it takes for REM to kick in. That improved when in the group that was treated with the cannabidiol. So it's all good. And so the systematic in that study, when they systematically administered CBD, it appeared to increase total sleep time in addition to increasing sleep latency. And that's a good thing. Good news. You'll do better. You'll wake up. You'll feel better when you're taking CV Sciences. The gold. I recommend the gold formulation here. It's in the gold bottle, and I can tell you about that formulation. I've talked about it. And so there are a lot of studies now, and I'm just focusing on one thing here right now, talking about sleep, and you can do much better. Even if you're not concerned, even if you're not anxious, getting better quality sleep, it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt. And you just feel better. My gosh, you don't need a PhD from any major university in lifestyle management to figure that stuff out. We know that from our own experiences, day-to-day experiences in life. And if you're not well and you're ill, getting proper sleep is also very difficult, because especially if pain is involved. Cannabidiol has also been known to moderate pain, okay? Because it's working on the central nervous system. And so you get that benefit going as well. And there's different kinds of pain. There's also psycho-emotional pain. Make no mistake. And they get that kicks in too when people are not physically well and they don't feel well and they have a lot of discomfort, or let me be more candid, pain. Their psycho-emotional life gets turned upside down too. So the benefits here, sleep is one of those lifestyle variables that has such a big downstream effect on all aspects of our life. Better sleep, you just do better. You think better, you make better decisions, you're in a better mood. You tend to get more things done and do them in the right way, and so on. And I don't understand why people want to violate that all the time and think, oh, I only need 3 hours sleep. That's not true. That's just not true. That person's biology is not going to be that much different from every other human being on the planet that has lived, will live, is living, or going to live. It's biology, man. It's biology. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. Now, with this business of sleep, you have, there's some interesting quotes. There was one by the Dalai Lama, and he said, quote, "Sleep is the best meditation." I agree with that. John Steinbeck, great author of Grapes of Wrath. It's a common experience that a problem difficult at night is resolved in the morning after the committee of sleep has worked on it. Close quote. I like that quote. The committee of sleep. John Steinbeck. That has worked for me. I noticed that, I used to keep a notebook on my bed. I would even record my dreams. If I would wake up in the middle of the night and have a dream, I would write it down. I would keep track of all that. That was a long time ago. Or when I wake up in the morning, I have the initial thought, something that I was working on the day before, trying to resolve a problem or something I'm writing about, and I get up and I have the answer. Boom. And I write it down immediately. So I've experienced that when the committee of sleep gets a chance to work, you end up resolving some problems maybe. So the stages of sleep. And Katie, give me an oral cue about when I have a minute left.
50 seconds, actually.
Oh, there you go. See, my instinct is good. When we come back, I'll talk to you about the stages of sleep. You'll find this interesting. These stages of sleep are not an accident. These stages of sleep, it took tens of thousands of years for humans to evolve to have this cycle. And the violation of the cycle is a violation of your health. CV Sciences, CBD. Help get it back in balance. We'll be back.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The heart drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. Available online at powermall.com and straussnaturals.com. I promise you won't be sorry.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products. Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bona provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
What is
This is Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garca, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garco, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Celsius, live fit. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
If you would like to get in touch with Let's Talk Nutrition, you can give us a call at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Thank you, Katie. And here's the health question of the day. In what stage does REM sleep happen? Is it stage 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? In what stage does REM sleep happen? Rapid eye movement. Here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
I want to sound like an echo in here.
Good, they'll remember it.
Repetition.
You coming back from break still gives
Okay.
me anxiety. Like, so when I don't see you
I
on
know.
screen, I'm like, Katie, help, please.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's lost in the wilderness. Stage 1, that's the transition to sleep. That's the transition between awake and sleeping. Light sleep, easily woken in that sleep period. It lasts about 5 minutes. It should. That's where sleep latency comes in. The amount of time it takes to fall asleep once you turn out the lights. Stage 2, that's a light sleep. Most time spent sleeping in this stage, right? And eye movement stops and the heart rate slows down. Body temperature will lower. The brain waves activity level becomes slow. And it lasts about 10 to 20 minutes. So far, I haven't mentioned the REM sleep, so it's either going to be stage 3, 4, or 5. 877-897-8255. What stage is the REM sleep in? And a $25 supplement gift card. Stage 3, that's the deep sleep. Difficult to be awakened. You would feel cranky, by the way, and disoriented if somebody woke you up during that stage. The slow brain waves appear during this period. Growth hormone is released, thank goodness, between this stage and the next stage, 4. And most deep sleep occurs during the first third of the night. So far, REM sleep hasn't been mentioned. So it's either going to be the next one or the last stage. Come on, you can get this. 877-897-8255. So is REM sleep going to be in stage 4 or is it going to be in stage 5? I'll wait for a moment and see if somebody will take me up on my challenge to answer. In the meantime, going back to CV Sciences, get the gold formula. If you're wanting better sleep, if you want a better response to the anxiety, to the threat of this virus and how it can be so anxiety-inducing, the gold formula from CV Sciences is the one to get. And it's in a gel cap, sold in fine health stores throughout the country. Do we still have that discount, Katie?
As far as I know, we do.
And so what is it? PlusCBDoil.com. And it was what, 30% off?
Yes, and the code was Be Well, and it was 30% off your entire purchase. Or was it
100%.
Let's Talk?
It's
Let's
Be Well.
Talk was 20%.
And
I
Be
remember,
Well was
yeah.
30.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, do Be Well. Be Well, and you'll get 30% off. Come on, man. Get some CBD, this quality product at 30% off. They make that available to the audience for this show. 877-897-8255. Speed dial, man. Speed dial. Get that $25 supplement gift card. You can do this. It's a good product. It's an excellent product. I use it. Sleep well with it. I notice a difference. You will notice, I'm telling you, you will see a difference. You will wake up, you'll feel better rested. You're not going to be as anxious. You're more level. Terrific. Good stuff. It works. That's been a practice and custom on the show. I'm no dummy. I'm not going to talk about, am I going to sell you a car if I was a car salesman that would break down all the time? No, you would never come back to see me. We're talking about something far more serious here. We're talking about something you put in your body. I'm not going to try to encourage people to do things and to take things that are going to harm them. And I'm only going to talk about things that work. And that makes me more credible and it makes you better. So, what stage is REM sleep? 4 or 5? I haven't gotten to those last two. What do you think? Random eye movement. Stage 4 or stage 5? Take a guess. In the meantime, go to plus, Plus, CBDoil.com. Make the purchase, buy the gold labeled product. Type in, when you check out, type in Be Well for the discount code, and they'll knock off 30%. They do that for the audience. Hertz Creations does that for us too. A lot of the sponsors will give special discounts for this audience. You're not going to get that walking into a store, are you? I'm just saying. Speed dial Katie and give the answer. All right. So now this will be the giveaway. Stage 4. This is intense, deep, non-REM sleep. Here's the deep stage of sleep. This is the deepest stage. It's essential for proper sleep. The brain tissue grows during stage 4 and it's restored in this stage. Hormones get released that restore your skin and organ tissue. Last about 30 minutes. And then stage 5 is the REM sleep, rapid eye movement. That's where your dreams occur. The eye movement is fast. You can see the eyelids. You can watch somebody's eyelids. They're moving real quickly when they're closed. The brain activity is increased. Heart rate and blood pressure increases. Arm and leg muscles are paralyzed in that point. Body core is the coolest temperature. Your REM sleep revitalizes memory, consolidates memories. Brain performance most affected by the amount of REM sleep. Your brain able to complete more complex thinking following good REM sleep. That's why I need good sleep. I'm using my brain all the time. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Your health is your wealth.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical soup